Alright guys, so today I'm going to be replacing Thermostat pressure 300 3.6. It's right there just under the house, the air hose. Just 2 screws, pop it in, take it out. Should be all good. Alright, I have to take this front cover off, and then this line for the air intake, and then just undoing the coolant hose, and then move it out of the way so that way I can have access to the actual thermostat. I have to take, all right, here it is with everything off, all moved out of the way. Replacing this old one here. Just gotta move this over so that way I can get the hose off. And then it's just these 2 bolts, one here, one here. And popping it off and then putting the new one in. That's it. Alright guys, took the old one off. The new one, I'm gonna be putting the new one in. So right there, obviously lost some coolant. I am going to be replacing that. Definitely want to come in here and just kind of clean this up. Make sure it has a good clean surface so that way you can go ahead and get hooked up to with no problem. Then the coolant that I did lose, I am going to go ahead and pour some fresh bottled water on it. That way you can go ahead and clean off any of the from the belts and the body frame here, and to more importantly dilute the coolant. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so there's the new one on there. I went ahead and hand tightened the 2 bolts. Obviously you don't want to do it too strong because this is plastic and it will go ahead and crack and break, and then you've done this work for nothing at that point. So just want to be careful putting that stuff on there. Go ahead and tighten this up and then put everything back together, and then it should be good. Alright, so that's everything back together there, and like I said, I'm going to pour some fresh water here just to dilute and clean up that coolant. Make sure everything is good. Clean it off all the belts and hoses. More importantly, to dilute any of that coolant that came out, because it is harmful to animals. It's sweet to them, so they would go ahead and actually drink it, and then unfortunately they would die because of that. So alright, everything looks good here. So now just put the air hose, air line back for the intake, snap the cover on. Alright, so that's so one thing I forgot to mention, we do have to bleed the air out of the air line. Super easy for this vehicle. Just go ahead and fill the reservoir up as much as it could, and then we're going to bleed the system through this right here. Just unscrew that. And as you can see, air is coming out there. And pretty much you just want to keep it going until those air bubbles stop coming out. Once those air bubbles are done, then pretty much you've gone ahead and shouldn't be any more air in that line. Just like that. So just. Alright, so one thing I forgot to mention, we now we just let it run for a little bit. Let that new thermostat open up. Make sure we don't have any leaks, because right now it doesn't look like we do. Everything's running good. So far, A-okay. Now we just let it run. Alright, so the fan just kicked on. So definitely to temperature. Looking right now to see if there's anything that's leaking, squeaking, shouldn't be going on, and everything looks good. Another job well done. Yep, and that's it.